exactly the right age that they need to be to breastfeed. Please educate yourself a little bit harder on the benefits of breastfeeding, and have a look and see that the World Health Organization, they recommend it for 2 years plus. You know, the NHS themselves will say 2 years plus, and the only reason they've put the 2-year cap on it is because they didn't do further studies about the benefits of prolonged feeding. They admit that it shows that benefits goes far beyond the 2 years, and your breast milk doesn't stop being phenomenal at that point. I don't get why it's such a huge deal for kids to be breastfeeding, but it's not a huge deal that you're giving them breast milk from an animal that's meant for an animal. That doesn't do very much for your child. Like, nutrition wise, it's not that healthy. If you look into cow's milk, it's actually not that healthy. It's pumped full of antibiotics. It's got pus in it from the mastitis that the cows have got because they can't filter it all out. Like, there's so much that's negative about cow's milk, and you're giving your kid breast milk from another animal, but it's not okay for me to give them breast milk from me, which is tailored for them, that's biologically supposed to happen. This is what my boobs are for. But it's like you're losing your mind about it. There's so much positive stuff though. The amount of women that have come forward that have thanked me for what I'm doing, that are saying thanks for normalising it. I can't get over the amount of positive support there is, but there's just this tiny portion of people who, because they don't see it, it's like this huge taboo to them. But this is why I'm here, because it's so important for people to see that it is normal. It's normal to breastfeed babies at this age. It's normal for kids to still be breastfeeding at 1 year old, at 2 years old, at 3 years old. It is completely okay to do that. Everybody else has their own opinions, but we parent our kids in different ways. I'm not hurting my kids. I'm not doing something bad. I'm not doing something detrimental. There is only positives to come out of it. There's nothing negative happening to my children because they're choosing to breastfeed. I don't force it upon them. I don't offer the breast. This is my rule, is don't offer, don't refuse. If they come to me and they want breast milk, that's absolutely fine. But it's not for you guys to say that I'm harming my kids. I mean, to say that I need to go to jail, or there was one comment saying that I'm breeding kids like Jeffrey Dahmer. How can you associate a breastfeeding child with someone who raped, mutilated, murdered human beings? I mean, I don't understand how unwell a person's brain has to be before you can link a mother breastfeeding her kids to Jeffrey Dahmer. Actually, studies show that detached parenting breeds mental health issues in adults. Parents who aren't loving and aren't attentive, that is what creates mental health issues. That's what creates personality disorders. That's what creates narcissism. That's what creates psychopaths. You look at most of your big, well-known murderers and psychos and whatnot. Most of them have got mummy issues because their mum didn't love them enough, their mum wasn't attentive enough, their mum didn't care enough. A lot of personality disorders comes from detached parenting and abusive parenting. I'm doing the opposite to that. I'm showing my kids love and attention. I do everything for them. I keep my body healthy for my children. You know what I mean? There's only good coming from my side. And the hate that I get for that is astronomical, and I cannot get over it. But it shows the lack of education in the world. And if schools were to teach the benefits of breastfeeding, I think that we would have a different idea of how good it is. But I'm just so sad that you guys can see it as a negative. It's ridiculous to me. But it's because I suppose you're not educated and the world has sexualized breasts, and you can only see this as a sexual thing instead of a nourishing, healthy way of feeding kids. I feel sorry for you. I genuinely feel really bad for you guys. Like, from the bottom of my heart.